नमस्ते। आज हमारे इस विशेष कार्यक्रम स्पीकिंग माइंड्स में रिंकू जी मेरे साथ हैं। और एक अहम इस समय जो देश है वो एक अहम राह दोराहे पे खड़ा है। रिंकू जी मणिपुर से हैं, इम्फाल में बेस्ड हैं। और इस जो पूरा जो घटनाक्रम हुआ, जो देश ने पूरे देश जिससे हिल गया है, उसके प्रत्यक्षदर्शी हैं। आई विटनेस टू ऑल दिस व्हाट हैपेंड। Rinku ji, first of all, as an fellow Indian, we all feel very guilty about क्योंकि जो मणिपुर में हुआ वो किसी भी भारतीय के लिए उसको नहीं होना चाहिए। मैं जो शुरू में एक दो चीजें जो भी वीरेंद्र सिंह साहब का इस्तीफा हुआ, प्रेसिडेंट रूल लग गया, ये हम लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत लेट डिसीजन आया, क्योंकि मणिपुर के आम जनता ने जिस तरह से 2024 के लोकसभा इलेक्शन में मोर देन 80% वोटेड, तो वो एक साफ था कि दे वांट डायलॉग, दे वांट अ डेमोक्रेटिक प्रोसेस टू बी फॉलोड। डिफरेंसेस हैं, वो ठीक है, आपके इंटरनल डिफरेंसेस हैं, दो कम्युनिटीज में कुछ अपने को पावर स्ट्रगल है, वो सारी चीजें ठीक है। uh, आपको क्या लगता है कि वॉट एवर हैज हैपेंड इज टू लिटिल एंड टू लेट? बहुत लेट और बहुत है, और अभी भी आगे का कोई मुझे रोड मैप कम से कम मुझे नहीं दिखाई देता है। आपको कुछ ये सारी चीजें कैसे सेटल होंगी? डू यू सी एनी रोड मैप, और ये जस्ट इस समय की समस्या को खत्म करने के लिए कर दिया गया एंड अगेन स्टैंड स्टिल? रिंकू साहब।
Uh, Thank you for inviting me in your show, sir. Let me begin. uh, ये घटना जब शुरू हुआ था 2023 में 3 में, उस समय में बहुत सा रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम भी था, and many of these things related with this incident has been on already on the news, and many have written about it. Many have sent memorandum to the government of India, including the Home Minister, and even at the United Nations also they have sent memorandum regarding how this happened. There are two narratives coming up. One from the Kuki side and one from the Meitei side. Let me just tell Meitei because it is a conflict between the Meitei and the Kuki, and there are also many things has been coming out that while trace back the history of Kuki, what is Kuki, then some of the Indian scholar, some of the British scholar are also terming that there were no such word as Kuki. It is them that they build Kuki so that for better administration in the region. Those are the things, and there are many things which we do not know in earlier, before the starting of this crisis. We were also confused about many writings, some claiming them as indigenous people, some claiming them that we are here born, so and so many things happen. But when the crisis started at the beginning, people started learning history, going back to that history, going back to the archive. Even in the National Archive of India, they started going there, and then they started visiting the British gallery, and then it's on it's all in on record that this fight has to be happened. It seems like the way that they are pushing here, they are some days or sometimes there has to be a class that was started recognizing that thing. Why I'm talking this is because today's world is very much concerned of illegal immigrants, right? When Donald Trump win the election, it was on the basis of the illegal immigrants. Soon after his election, as he is assuming office, he started, pushing back all the illegal immigrants from the state. It is not only in the United States of America, but the European country are also very concerned about the illegal immigrants, and India especially is also very concerned about illegal immigrants because they are entry influx here will create a lot of problem here. So that is the reason why that India is taking up measures to to throw out the illegal immigrants, and and this is the core issue. And the thing is that in Manipur, what happened is that uh, uh, Manipur, India and Myanmar share a boundary of 1,600, 700 kilometer, and then the border are not only porous, they are free. They are free for every citizen, every Myanmarese or every Indian to enter both sides. There is no checking point, There is no proper fencing. These are the issues. So, understanding the this kind of things happening, and this kind of act as the real cause of this crisis out here. Government of India has started thinking about building border fencing in between the Indo and India and Myanmar, and then they have started to they have changed some. They started some planning to end this balance. But the thing is that when the issue would have been understood by those in the ministries or those in the think tank or those in the bureaucrats long time back, since the beginning of the crisis. I think almost all the record, all intelligence input from every sections of the Indian intelligence agency might have reached there. When I say Indian intelligence agency, it also include the Manipur police, the Manipur CID, SID, lots of intelligence agency. Then the army also have their special intelligence agency. So these are being submitted. These are in the hand of the Indian government authority, and they know that there is something going to happen. So what we were frustrated is that even after knowing that those things, nothing of such kind to protect the people of the state who has been living together. They are, you might be, you might know, because we have been discussing long time back. There are around 38 ethnic communities and 34 recognized ethnic community in the state. And when there are many ethnic communities, scuffle between one community to another happen many times, and not at this large scale which is taking place right now. So this could have been prevented had the government of India, while taking up the matter related to Act East Asia. It was Look East Asia at the time of Manmohan Singh government introduced, and later they changed the name as Act East Asia, and changing the name and doing nothing. They stopped continuing the Act East Asia. They never act against Asia. It seems for what reason why it has been delaying. That is another thing. I don't have any much idea about that. But definitely we as a journalist see is that nothing of the so-called Act East Asia is acting now. So these are the things, these are the problem. And then the influx of the Myanmari people to the Indian soil started since 1951. There are records in the government department, in the writing about pleading the government of India to support the refugees, asking for more money to rehabilitate them. As many as 10,000 family has entered. There is a written record during that time in 1970, not 70, 67 or 68. So it happens like that, and Myanmar, as you know, Myanmar has more ethnic population than Manipur, and then has been always fighting. When the Golden Triangle was there, there are many warlords, not
Yes.
the junta, but many warlords who are ruling there. Yeah, when there is a clash between the warlords and another warlords, these people who they run inside the Indian territory, and then they started, settling here, and then they start working from here. But to their convenience, because India being a democratic country, and
Yes.
they started demanding their political right,
Right.
despite the
Yes.
fact that they are refugees here. This,
Rinku ji, please conclude. Then I have another question for you. I will just hold it for a minute. I fully agree that there are claims, there are counterclaims, both the parties, but the fact also remains that, I mean, the big brother and the young brother, or whatever you call it, were staying together. Now there was a possibility that there was a double engine sarkar, which our prime minister says that the same party was ruling in Manipur, the same party was ruling in Delhi. So the chances of central state was minimal. I will not say it was minimal. Whatever happened, today there is a lack of confidence, there is a lack of trust between the two. What I'm trying to, मैं कहना ये चाह रहा हूँ कि काउंटर क्लेम और क्लेम है, लैक ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस है, एक दूसरे के ऊपर विश्वास नहीं है. भारत सरकार जो डबल इंजन सरकार कहती थी, जैसा आप कह रहे हैं कि उसके पास मौके थे, क्योंकि आप आज करिए बात या आप 100 साल तक लड़ते रहिए फिर करिए बात, तो अल्टीमेटली टेबल पे बैठ के ही सेटल होगी। दुनिया में किसी भी चीज का सेटलमेंट किसी इस तरह के उससे नहीं हो, आपको आना तो टेबल पे पड़ेगा। उस दिशा में मैं सिर्फ आपसे ये समझना चाह रहा हूं, मतलब इनका वीरेंद्र सिंह साहब का इस्तीफा दे देने से और ये करने से क्या वैसा एटमॉस्फेयर बना है? मुझे नहीं लगता है कि अभी भी कहीं से भी ऐसा लग रहा है कि दोनों पार्टीज आमने सामने बैठ के बात करने को तैयार है। एटलीस्ट यहां से जो हम लोग को लगता है, मैं उस पर एक आपका रिएक्शन चाहूंगा। क्या इस तरह की माहौल बन रहा है कि एटलीस्ट बैठे तो एक साथ, कौन गलत है कौन सही है विल टॉक इट लेटर? मैं इस पे एक आपका कमेंट चाहूंगा।
Sir, you are definitely right when you say that any conflict, any crisis should be concluded only on the table. Without dialogue, there is no possibilities of, catching each other and understanding, bringing a common program which would be agreed by everyone. So dialogue is very, it's important. So क्या है कि अगर dialogue, no, people are asking for dialogue from many sides. Even the rebel 10 MLAs from Kuki side, they also said that dialogue is the only way. But they said that when the chief minister, as long as the chief minister and Biren Singh is remain in the seat, they will not start the dialogue. This was their first version we heard, and even some of the cookies civil society organization, they were also saying the same, following the same word. And later, what actually happened is that when A.K. Mishra started, convening meeting with the MLAs and the Kotu leaders and tribal leaders, these cookie leaders, again they have changed. They seem to change their mind, and they say that they are not the authority to talk for their people. It is the armed group, the suspension of operation. There are more than 25 armed group operating in the Manipur. Other suspension of operation. They have established their own camp, designated camp there, in and around. So what they said again is that we will go on the words of the shoe leaders. These are the changes coming now. Biren Singh's resignations and all this thing, I'll come later. First, there should be a talk, and then there should be without talk we cannot reconcile ourselves. So when they put condition while if we are supposed to start a talk. In Manipur, one the Meitei groups are fighting in a sense that trying to protect the territorial integrity of Manipur. On the one hand, this Kuki group, they are planning to they are fighting for waging war against the government of Manipur, and pointing their gun to the innocent villagers and who are staying in the periphery area, trying to distort Manipur into two areas, demanding separate administration of the so-called union territories with legislatures. These are the demand. So when they put when at the dialogue should start, there should not be any condition. It should be not
Fair enough.
precondition. Precondition.
Fair enough. नहीं रिंकू जी, fair enough. I fully agree. But if there is a evidence in the Supreme Court of India that वीरेंद्र सिंह साहब ने जो उनके ऑडियो टेप्स हैं जहां पे कहा जा रहा है कि द चीफ मिनिस्टर, द फर्स्ट पर्सन ऑफ द डेमोक्रेटिकली इलेक्टेड पर्सन, अगर वो जिस तरह के बम की और जिस तरह की बातें कर रहा है जो फॉरेंसिक में आया है, तो वो वीरेंद्र सिंह इन पर्टिकुलर से लोगों को दिक्कत थी उनको। मतलब जब उस समय मैं भी बहुत से लोगों से बात किया, सरकार तो बीजेपी की ही बनती, वीरेंद्र सिंह हैज लॉस्ट दैट वो। और वीरेंद्र सिंह के अपने आदमी ने भी कहा, भाई वीरेंद्र सिंह के जो सपोर्टर हैं, जो वीरेंद्र सिंह के बहुत से लोग हैं, वो उनको छोड़ के जाने लगे। मेरा सिर्फ कहना यह है कि ये कोई प्रेस्टीज, देखिए दिस इज अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट व्हिच शुड एंड। ये कोई प्रेस्टीज की बात नहीं थी कि वीरेंद्र सिंह साहब को हमने, वीरेंद्र सिंह साहब को आज हटना इसलिए पड़ा है क्योंकि वीरेंद्र सिंह साहब का सुप्रीम कोर्ट में मोरलेस अब ये आ गया है कि ये उन्हीं की आवाज थी। और उससे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट ये आ गया है कि अमित शाह को भी ये पता था कि ये सब हो रहा है। तो एक जो मैं व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज कि जो लोगों की जिम्मेदारी थी, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग, मैं अभी इस पे नहीं आ रहा हूं कि क्या सही और क्या, जिसको इसकी जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी उन लोगों ने जिम्मेदारी नहीं निभाई। अगर मई 2023 से मणिपुर में ये सब हो रहा है तो मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं, लीव असाइड कुकी एंड मैती थे, आपको क्या सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से कभी ऐसा लगा कि वहां से कोशिश हो रही है कि वी विल ट्राई टू रिकंसाइल? मैं एक नाम आपको बता दूं, मेरे एक दोस्त हैं डॉक्टर संदीप पांडे, बहुत छोटी चीज है, मैक्सेसे अवार्ड विनर है, वो 3 बार जा चुके हैं मणिपुर। वो मैथी से भी बात करते हैं, कुकी से भी करते हैं, दोनों लोग कहते हैं कि हम लोग एक दूसरे से बात नहीं करेंगे, हम लोग दे बहुत, वो अपना एक स्टैंड है, ये कहते हैं कि मेंशन करूंगा, वो कहते हैं नहीं, इनसे इधर के भी बात करते हैं उधर के भी बात करते हैं। टैक्सी वाला जो है उनका वो मुसलमान है, मुसलमान के ऊपर मैती को भी फेथ है, कुकी को भी फेथ है। तो मेरा जो बेसिक मैं आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूं कि देखिए ये सरकार की तरफ से आपको कोई इनिशिएटिव लग रहा है कि सरकार की तरफ, मैं अभी उस पर नहीं जा रहा हूं कि हु इज राइट, माई क्वेश्चन इज लिमिटेड कि सरकार की तरफ से क्या इनिशिएटिव हो रहा है, सरकार क्या कर रही है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, वीरेंद्र सिंह साहब स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने कोई ऐसा कदम उठाया जिससे आपको ये लगे कि देखो देखो भाई ये लोग आ गए, ये अब हम लोग का कुछ सेटलमेंट चाहते हैं? और मणिपुर में अगर 80% से ज्यादा लोग वोट दे रहे हैं, इट इज एम्पल प्रूफ कि वहां के लोग भारत के फ्रेमवर्क में ही सोल्यूशन चाहते हैं। इसके लिए आपको कोई और प्रूफ की जरूरत नहीं है। मैं इस पे कहूंगा कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट आपको सोल्यूशन देते हुए कहीं नजर आ रही है, रिंकू साहब?
To be very frank, people are saying that जो लोग कह रहे हैं ना, डबल इंजन गवर्नमेंट ऐसा होता है कि दो इंजन, दो परफेक्ट इंजन, टू परफेक्ट इंजन with similar horsepower, and then that so that they can push among themselves and run faster.
Yes.
What in Manipur there is a BJP government, and in center there is a BJP government. So they are calling this double engine government. But where is the engine here? In Manipur, the engine, they don't provide fuel for this engine. Then how could we term that that there is a double engine government in the state of Manipur and in the state of Manipur? Because center itself, okay, we are part of India, and Manipur is a part of India. When there is a government in the center, and if the similar government is also here in the state, then it's all right to term it as a double engine, so that the progress could move faster. But
जी,
where is that engine of the state? What is the engine? Where the so-called engine of this state, which the term as double engine? What I mean to
yes,
say
that
is that
is what I am trying to say is, क्योंकि ये डबल इंजन आप नहीं कह रहे हैं, ये डबल इंजन सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कहती है, जहां पे भी जाती है कि अगर डबल इंजन सरकार बनेगी तभी प्रोग्रेस होगा। ये सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर, होम मिनिस्टर का एक नहीं कई जगह स्टेटमेंट है कि अगर आप डबल इंजन सरकार बनाओगे तभी प्रोग्रेस होगी, नहीं तो प्रोग्रेस नहीं होगी। मेरा सिर्फ कहना यह है कि एक ऐसी सरकार जो कहती है कि डबल इंजन, उसको वहां पे माइती और कुकी करके मेरे ख्याल में वो भारत के लिए, और ये एज एन इंडिविजुअल, एक इंसान होने के नाते, चाहे वो मैती का खून बहे और चाहे वो कुकी का खून बहे, ये देश के लिए शर्म की बात है कि हम लोग एक दूसरे से बात करने लायक नहीं रह गए। आज आज जीरो कम्युनिकेशन है आप लोगों के बीच में, मतलब मैती और कुकीज के बीच में जीरो कम्युनिकेशन है, जीरो क्या, नेगेटिव कम्युनिकेशन। लेकिन मतलब ये बात तो कहीं ना कहीं शुरू करनी होगी ना। आज जब जब दो जर्मनी एक दूसरे के से बात कर सकते हैं, जब जूस और इस्लामिक कंट्रीज एक दूसरे से बात कर सकती हैं, और मैं उसमें नहीं जा रहा हूं, उसमें एक दिन शो रिंकू साहब किसी और दिन करेंगे। एनेक्सेशन ऑफ मणिपुर में भी बहुत सी चीजें हैं जो जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज टू आंसर, अगर वी स्टार्ट टॉकिंग दैट। क्योंकि जिस तरह से मणिपुर को भारत की स्टेट बनाया गया उसमें बहुत क्वेश्चंस उठते हैं। मणिपुर के लोगों को लगता है कि दे वर चीटेड, दे वर नॉट टेकन इनटू कॉन्फिडेंस। ये मणिपुर इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ मैथीज और कुकीज हम बोल रहे हैं, आपके से वो बात नहीं की गई थी, ऐसा बहुत से मणिपुर के लोगों का है, उसमें बहुत सी किताबें हैं। व्हाट इज द सोल्यूशन, वे फॉरवर्ड? आज से मैं थोड़ा आपसे समझना हूं, व्हाट इज द वे फॉरवर्ड, इस पे जरा बात बताइए।
okay, straight away, let me tell you what is the way forward. Well, I have a friend who married a cookie lady. They have not been seeing each other for 2 years. They have a daughter. Their daughter is staying with her father, and then every night she has been asking, where's our
but
mother, and we are going to live together. These are few of the questions, and this is only one instance I'm talking about. There are many such that intermarriages, relationship. There are many such things even in Sursampur, where the Meitei area, where the Meitei had inhabited, were flattened by some armed groups or some more for so anything said. It was during the crisis time that they have done it. Okay, so still then, those living neighbors used to call and then they used to say that your land is so and so. So we are trying to protect. Some people are not as bad as them. Those who has been staying from since time immemorial, they have still, not losing the.
relationship,
But
relationship.
there is something under running in the midway is that some problem in instigator, someone who want to earn from this crisis, someone who want to play politics in this crisis, because as long as the crisis continues, these people definitely earn a lot of money or property or anything they do. So some people got power, in their own area. These are the things. So these people don't want to stop this war. That is the reason why that is still continuing. And still now, Governor Bhala has come, and then there is a president rule here since February 13th. After that too, during that period, before taking the charge of governor of Manipur, no before imposing president rule, there were 48 to 72 hours for electing the leader of their own party who can substitute Mr. N. Biren Singh. So during that very period, the governor had was left with no means but to impose the animated suspension of the state assembly. That was what was going on because nobody come up and state claim to form the government. So why the MLA BJP MLA has the largest number of these things, and why they cannot state claim to form the government? There are certain many reasons, because the elected members here who are representing the people of the state are not cannot act at their will, at their own will, because they have to follow the yes man behaviors from the center. Unless and
Yes.
until the center say do something, they cannot do anything here. They cannot even raise a question. If you permit me, let me recall you an incident at which the 2022 election was over. Then there were, must talk were running around here that who will be the chief minister. Then the Indian Home Minister Amit Shah called three people from the state of Manipur, and then meet for around 6 minutes. Let me tell you, because they entered at around 10:30 or come out at around 11. So maybe not more than 5-6 minutes they could have met, and then hold the episode. And the next day, N. Biren Singh was declared as a chief minister, and the other two as a cabinet minister. So these are the things happening in democracy. In Indian democracy, somewhere there has become some defect in Indian democracy. What we have been doing and we should do is that elect our people, from them, let them consider who the leader, no interference to them, then make him the chief minister. So the BJP is certainly afraid of doing such kind of election here in the state of Manipur to elect their own leader, because these people might not be, the person who got elected may not be a yes man type of politician, chief minister. So there lies the man effect, because Delhi, they don't see anything here. From Delhi, you cannot look everything what is happening here. There are issues of international issues. There are financial issues. This can be done, viewed by them. But what about the grassroots level issues? We are facing many grassroots level issues. For example, how, at this time, how the IDPs, and then before that, how the farmers, how many people are unemployed here in this small state of Manipur? They cannot create job properly. 7 lakhs people are registered in the employment exchange. So these are the things happening. And the governance, this we were talking about good governance and celebrating good governance days on the birth anniversary of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. I think so. So the significance of celebrating the birth anniversary of Bihari Vajpayee, who was indeed a great leader, we know it doesn't make any sense to the government because they are not governing, they are not running good governance. There has been rampant, failure to protect the people of the state. And during this crisis too, they celebrate the 75 years of independence of Constitution of India, right? But what happened to the people of Manipur? All those fundamental rights guaranteed under the Constitution of India has been submerged. We don't get that right. We are not free to move anywhere where we like. We have to travel Guwahati by flight at a cost of rupees 5,000, 6,000. And they are increasing the rate also because even Calcutta to Guwahati flight is cheaper than Guwahati to Imphal flight. It costs around sometimes 10,000, sometimes 6,000 from Imphal to Guwahati, and Guwahati to Imphal it's nearly 4, 5, 6,000. So these are the things happening, and many wrongs has been done. And during in the coming, we don't no person who believe in democracy don't like the president rule. Even myself also, I'm very much opposed to the president rule. But how it was caused? What was the failure? It was deliberately being imposed under the supervision of the Union Home Ministry or we have to think a lot. So maybe the Home Ministry has deliberately attempted and planned for a president rule here in the state of Manipur. So let us assume like that. Saying so, animated suspension required 2 months, right? There should be at least 2 months if there is an animated suspension here in the state of Manipur under 356 Article 1. So during this 2 months, technology is high. We can conquer the moon. We can connect anywhere in the world. We use Starlink. Many technologies are here as for intelligence input. We have videos and any CCTV camera. It won't take even 7 days to end this crisis, to bring peace to restore peace in the state of Manipur. If the so-called person sitting in the center, controlling Manipur, deliberately think so that Manipur should be protected. And regarding the merger agreement, you talk about how let's forget about it. We should not talk. Let's forget about things. We have been merged. This should be recognized. Manipur was merged to the Indian Union. It is a history, and there is a record also. So a state merging to another does prove that there is a sovereign state and another sovereign merging together. And there are treaties which has been, written between the British government of that time and the Manipur government, recognizing the sovereignty of Manipur. So what we are telling is that, dividing Manipur under the Article 3 of the Constitution of India, which is possible, it might not be affected to the state of Manipur as we believe, because you might be knowing about the UTI, push it as jury principle of the international law.
रिंकू साहब मैं आप जी आप कंक्लूड करिएगा.
Okay, so thinking about this, balkanizing Manipur is not the right way, because we have for so long we haven't studied about that, because we never think that some people will try to divide Manipur. Some people, when I say some people are planning to divide Manipur, it is also planning to divide India. It is a war against India, because Manipur is a very part of India. So when it comes to the division part, there is certain documents and international laws that are protecting the territorial integrity of Manipur, and that is why we don't have to worry much. But we are worried if it comes from inside. Then if they fail to check who are these people inside. I have a book called memorandum of understanding, Kuki memorandum and Sioux agreement. In this book, there are many Kuki armed group who have never fight Indian army for these
हाँ,
things.
रिंकू हाँ,
Everybody know. Everybody
रिंकू
knows.
साहब, हाँ, रिंकू साहब, मेरा मेरा
One more thing. The crisis out here all started, from small fire, big fire like that. All started since 2005, 6, 7, 8, because they have been given a designated camp, and then at that time they were used to loot the vehicles. National highways, how many rupees they used to loot from a one vehicle every year, it is known to everyone. And this should be, this is done in front of the military security personnel itself, because they are under shoe, they cannot touch them. Without
yes,
without money also, without gun also, they can threaten anybody who travel on the road. So
yes,
one more thing to bring solution to this crisis is also either abrogation of the Sioux militant, or verification of Sioux cadres, and then if required, put the Sioux designated camp somewhere to the border, where the army can control, their movement. So this
okay,
should be.
okay. रिंकू साहब, I'm as an outsider and someone who is sitting about 3,000, 2,000, 3,000 kilometers away from you. My only prayer with the God is I am a मैं बिलीवर हूं, मैं भगवान को मानता हूं कि ये कैसे भी हो, गलती इसकी है, उसकी है, ये कंडीशन है, वो कंडीशन, ये खत्म होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये नॉट ये सिर्फ मणिपुर की प्रोग्रेस नहीं, ये पूरे देश की प्रोग्रेस को वो कर रहा है। और जो भी आदमी डेमोक्रेटिक वैल्यूज में बात करता है, जिसको भी लोकतांत्रिक मूल्य में है, जिसको भी भारत से प्रेम है, वो इसको इस तरह से नहीं चलेगा। लेकिन मैं एक चीज अपने दर्शकों को सिर्फ छोड़ के जा रहा हूं कि एक ऐसी स्टेट जहां पे मई 2023 से वो जल रहा है, और आप सरकार ने 3 गवर्नर बदल चुके हैं। आप अनुसुईया उके को लाए, फिर लक्ष्मण आचार्य को लाए, अब आप अजय भल्ला को ले आए हैं। आईएएस अधिकारी इसका सोल्यूशन नहीं दे पाएगा। आई एम एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर। सरकारी बाबू इसका वो नहीं देगा। इट हैज टू बी अ पॉलिटिकल पर्सन जिसका वेट हो, और जो दोनों फैक्शन को बोल के, दोनों की बातचीत करके तब सोल्यूशन निकले। मेरे हिसाब से द सेंडिंग अजय भल्ला हु वाज एक्स होम सेक्रेटरी इज मोर और लेस, अमित शाह जी वहां आके बैठ गए और अमित शाह जी अपनी चला रहे हैं। तो मेरे हिसाब से पॉलिटिकल सोल्यूशन ही इसका वो है। विद दिस ओनली, इसी प्रार्थना के साथ कि मणिपुर की क्राइसिस जितनी जल्दी हो वो खत्म हो, और एक ऐसा राज्य जिसने हमें मालूम नहीं स्पोर्ट्स में और किसमें क्या क्या नहीं दिलाया था, उस राज्य को फिर से एक बार जरूरत है, इस देश को, इस राज्य की। थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद रिंकू साहब, थैंक यू।